Education, the fundamental foundation for any country, state, or nation. Education, the mother of all profession that help us acquire all position. I feel extremely positive after delivering the above enthusiastic line on the field which we all are related to. Well, hello everyone, and very good evening. I, Faizan Sayed, your host of the evening, welcome you to the prestigious webinar. I feel so delighted that you all have made it here today. Dr. Sarvabali Radhakrishnan, one of the India's best and most influential 20th century scholar, powerful and inspiring teacher, quoted that end product of education should be a free creative man who can battle against historical circumstances and adversities of man. A best teacher is one who makes student an independent thinker. You all principal, director, deans, professionals, and other educationalists are the effective teachers who have generated wonderful minds for future. The current pandemic was everything, but not the super achievers. It has in fact made us more resilient, effective, and technologically updated. As we say, diamond need not explain how radiant they are. They just keep shining. Whoever shall admire their brilliance will find their way to them. Similarly, we, at the Asia GCC Conference and Awards, presented by Pharma Global Management Services, contemplated of revealing you all beautiful diamonds present among us by crediting for the work you all have done for the society. I once again welcome you all to the most innovative webinar of Asia GCC Conference and Awards for Excellence and Leadership in Education. Moving further, now I call upon Dr. Fareen Khan, Chairperson, Asia GCC Conclave, Chief Editor, Great Brand Magazine, co-founder and CFO Golden Aim Awards, for the welcome speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Professor Sayed. First of all, I apologize for not keeping my video on. Actually, I'm traveling, due to which I have kept it off. I would like to welcome you all to the Asia GCC Conference and Award. I, Fareen Khan, co-founder and CFO of Golden Aim, chairperson of Asia GCC Awards, would like to thank to all the participants, speaker, and the other guests present for blessing this occasion. The objective of the award is to recognize and felicitate individuals who have demonstrated outstanding contribution in their respective field across Asia and Gulf Cooperative Council. Education is very important for personal development as well as for the socio-economic development of a country. It empowers and motivates our mind to conceive the good thought and ideas and grow our knowledge day by day. Moreover, education helps us in acquiring new skill and techniques. If we talk about the importance of education in our daily life, we have to admit that it improves our personal life and helps in running the society smoothly by protecting everyone, including ourselves, from the harmful and the unexpected events. Digital education is the ingenious use of digital technologies and tools throughout teaching and learning, and it's frequently known as digital learning. Digital learning is replacing our traditional education procedure more and more each and every day. Most of the schools and institutes are adopting this technology as a solution, while the traditional education system is suspended for some time because of this current prevailing condition. And hence it is very crucial for us to acknowledge some of the major advantages of the digital education system. On the other hand, students who learn using these digital tools and technology becoming more active, and they are also developing their knowledge base. Students learn many new things from these digital tools and technology. In many countries, colleges, secondary schools, and elementary schools are adopting the strategy of online education during this pandemic. As a result, teachers and students have had to quickly alter their teaching methods, regardless of whether they are experienced in it or not, and prepare it for an online education. Because of the situation, a proper term has been appeared in the academic domain, emergency remote education. The contribution and the hard work of these education professionals deserves our gratitude each and every day. And I'm very pleased to connect with these best of the best professional experts today. Each award winner will be felicitated by a trophy and a wooden citation as a memento. Moving further, I request Professor Syed to continue with the webinar ceremony.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a wholehearted welcome. Now I call upon Mr. Azharuddin Farooqi, Managing Director, Pharma Global Management Services, founder and CEO, Dinergic Business Solutions, to speak few words. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to everyone. I, Azharuddin Farooqi, Managing Director of Pharma Global Management Services and the CEO and co-founder of Dinergic Business Solutions. It's both an honor and a privilege to stand before you and welcome you all to this prestigious webinar, Asia GCC Conference and Awards. I place my gratitude to all the education professionals present in today's webinar. Education is very important to all of us. Education not only make us able to learn history, science, math, geography, and the other subjects. However, it makes us too smart enough to learn how to live life and handle the bad or good situation. Education is a mean of achieving world of peace, justice, freedom, and equality to all. Thus, education is extremely necessary for all. No good life possible without education. It endorses the intelligence of human being, developing his skills and enable him to be industries. And my company, Pharma Global Management Services, we provided services in various segments and sectors. We are in garment business, real estate, in electronics, and we have a chain of fitness academies. And we provide end-to-end management solutions. We started our business in 2004 with a small warehouse in Mumbai, and with the team support, we built our business national to international level. We have our chain in Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, Bengaluru, and internationally Dubai, Oman, and Indonesia. And I hope to build more chain in future. And I'm very thankful to Asia GCC team and Dr. Fareen Khan to give us a chance to be a partner of this prestigious webinar, the platform where educational professionals and thought leaders share their views and knowledge. Congratulations to all the awardees and best of luck for the evening. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we move on to our conference ceremony. And our first respected speaker is Ms. Chetna Sabharwal, Director, Association of Indian Principals, and Director of Skills Reform Private Limited. And ma'am's topic is Academia Industry Connect through skill-based curriculum. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Syed, and a very good evening to all. and I'm humbled and honored to receive this award by Asia GCC for excellence and leadership. And I must appreciate Dr. Fareen, your efforts on this particular forum, and to Mr. Muhammad Farooqi also, because the topic which I have chosen today is about the Academia Industry Connect, and who better, what better example we can have here about the Academia Industry Connect, where people are being felicitated, people are being given an opportunity to speak about what they feel strongly about the education in this 21st century. So for me, excellence and leadership, when combined together, a visionary is born. And to paraphrase this with a quote by Onai Anaido, who's a thinker, who's an entrepreneur of this century, a visionary is a leader of excellence who sees what others do not see, who achieve for now and plans for the future, and who positively impact different generations and raises up other visionaries. Now, why Academia Industry Connect? And who better than the vibrant youth of India and the world to be impacted with this, or to be empowered with the Academia Industry Connect? Because as we can see from the last 2 years, in the pandemic, we have seen the edtech industry coming up, but are we actually giving them the skills which are required, or we are just presenting them with another kind of a curriculum, which is more of augmented reality and virtual reality, and also the compartmentalized information which is being there, rather than having the multidisciplinary approach to it. So I would be touching upon this, but before that, as I received this award as a director of Association of Indian Principal and Skills Reform, I must mention how these two organizations are creating a path that is futuristic and innovative. So stay with me for some more time. So at Association of Indian Principals, we provide a platform to India's education leaders to develop collective thought leadership in order to strengthen the education system in India and the ecosystem, and facilitate world-class training opportunities for its member to support career advancement. We also provide a collective voice and representation on behalf of the principals community to the government and academic authorities at the highest level in India. At Skills Reform, it is basically, the vision is to create a sustainable ecosystem for skill augmentation of individuals and organizations that is aligned with global industry need. So as I was talking about, to create the vision of Skills Reform is to create a sustainable ecosystem for skill augmentation of individuals and organizations that is aligned with the global industry needs, and with a mission to become the preferred choice of individuals for grooming the existing talent and to make a strong workforce of tomorrow. And here I'll be talking more about the employability skills. And to achieve this, we ensure in the past 2 years, when in August 2020, that was the time when Skills Reform was formed. And since then, we have been able to impact around 30 plus institutions across schools and colleges, and around 5,000 students who have been impacted with these sessions on employability, future employability skills, and much more. The training for teachers, the training for the workforce, the corporate offices and corporate sector. So that is what we do. And we ensure our services are accessible and accommodate our clients' needs. It's a mix of the technology as well as the humanistic intervention. So we have a strong mentorship program with us. And to impart skills training and education to people, providing pathways to advance in their lives and careers, and also to collaborate with other organizations and people to achieve mutual goals. To reinvest our profits, to grow and the services we provide to the community, nation, and the world. So with this, the AIP and the Skills Reform, it's kind of a joint venture, which we are the knowledge partner for them, where we provide them, the education industry, with the required infrastructure, required services, training, and everything. Now, coming to the Academia Industry Connect, while we all have realized the need for better Academia Industry Connect right from school education to higher education, the challenges are with the how. I mean, we know what is there in the NEP 2020, when it can be done, when the schools are there or when the technology is available, but how do we do that? is the curriculum alone is sufficient enough to provide the skills which are required. So I'll be just touching upon my point of view on why skill-based curriculum. And the three hows that I would like to talk about here are, number one, how NEP will implement the merging of streams and vocational skills roadmap in school education. Second one is how industries are going to contribute to bridging the skills gap that lead to better employability. And of course, last but not the least, how the technology or artificial intelligence will play a key role in making an innovative yet humanistic and seamless connection from school to the world of work. So in next few minutes, I hope I'll be able to give you to decode the roadmap for three hows with the action points that might be helpful to the leaders from the industry and education. And just to start with one example, as Mohammed Farooqi said about that they have the industry. So how it can be actually, they can adopt the school and where they can implement the skill curriculum within their local parameters, whether it's Pune or Mumbai or any place where they have the industry, and the visit to industry and talking to people about the skills which are required when you are actually like decision making, critical thinking. Now, while teaching them in a curriculum, it's a very different scenario. So we have to take this from the classroom to the industry, to the places where we are actually having the work to be done, where actually the on-the-job training happens. So, and it does not matter if you will observe the countries which are like, which we follow, whether it's Finland, Singapore, or Canada, for that matter. So if you will see, so they celebrate, in their curriculum, they celebrate career days, and the parent local community, the parents who are there, they come and talk to the students about it. That what do they do? What are their day-to-day things which are happening? And this, I'm talking about the earlier programs where they have the pre-primary, where the students are actually learning, interacting. Now, what happens during this? It's a simple example. What happens there? They come to know about the different industry. And we don't have that question of that, what will you become when you will grow up? Because right from the early age, they are getting exposure to different scenarios of jobs, professions, and so on. So with the quickly changing employment landscape and global ecosystem, it is becoming increasingly critical that children not only learn, but more importantly, learn how to learn. So the curriculum is there, the teachers are there, the schools are there, the infrastructure is there, but we are not teaching them how to learn. And a simple example I would like to mention here is about our examination system. We have yet not been able to find a way to go beyond marks to assess our students. And that's the biggest challenge which I see. Even if the marks are translated into, let's say 90% or 100%, it does not guarantee a job to the toppers also. So what are we going to do about it is what I see that we have some answers in the National Education Policy 2020. So education policy, if you see that, so if you have read about it, if you have got the points out of it, so it says particular emphasis on the development of the creative potential of each individual. And when you talk about creativity, it's just not about the academic excellence, it's also about the talent, the personality, the aptitude, and the interest of the students. And how do we develop that to get the maximum out of them and the skills which can be trained on? So it is based on the principle that education must develop not only cognitive capacities or competencies, but both the foundational capacities of literacy and numeracy and higher order cognitive capacities, which is very, very important. How to think about whatever we are learning, how to make decisions about what we are learning. So critical thinking and problem solving also become part of it. Now, for a simple example, let's say if I'm talking about any kind of a garment factory, which Mr. Farooqi is owning, so what a child can do there. So they will learn from the very fact of how the manufacturing is done, how the process management happens, how the product management happens. So all these things can be learned easily. So the idea here is just not the critical thinking and problem solving, but also social, ethical, and emotional capacity and dispositions, that how do you deal in day-to-day job work or the family work or the social work or the community work. The next is a cross-curricular pedagogical approach that utilizes various aspects and forms of sports, vocational skills, and art and culture as the basis for learning of concept across the subjects. So we are not talking about here sciences, commerce, or humanities. We are talking about a kind of a bouquet which we are presenting to the students in the school, in the college, where you are. And the technology can serve it so well that they can be simulation possible for doing so, that in a sport. So rather than giving them the word problems, we give them the situation from the real life application, from the world of work, where you actually solve problems, actually you think critically that what needs to be done if suppose a problem arises. Now, while students must have a large amount of flexibility in choosing their individual curricula, that is what NEP proposes, certain subjects and skills and competencies should be learned by all students to become good, successful, innovative, adaptable, and productive human beings in today's rapidly changing world. And to name a few, the skills which we emphasize upon through our curriculum, which we have created with the help of the mentors from different industry, are proficiency in languages. So when we talk about proficiency in languages, it does not necessarily mean the international language of communication, which is English for now. If you would see which are the countries which have actually scored well in terms of their GDP, in terms of their progression, in terms of their education, are the countries who are teaching in their own mother tongue or their own national languages. So it is important for us, while we are preparing the students for the global landscape, we should also emphasize upon the local languages, because you learn and think in your own language first, and then you translate it into the different languages. So both the proficiency in the language, local language, as well as the international language of communication, which is English, must be actually emphasized upon when the students are learning as per the phase. Then comes the scientific tempo and evidence-based thinking. Now, evidence-based thinking, some people call it project-based learning also. But then if a student is learning any subject or anything, so why not to give them a concept which is actually related to the real life, and then they bring out the evidences out of it. And these are the skills which I'm talking about, which can be trained easily on. It does not require any kind of a IQ level. It does not, and it can encompasses everybody. It can include anybody coming from any background of diversity. Then creativity and innovativeness, very important for anybody to learn. Creativity is just not about arts or just not about sciences. Anybody who is learning can be creative and solve problems. And of course, innovation remains at the heart of the curriculum for sure in NEP 2020. Then sense of aesthetics and arts. I would mention here one of the university which has actually created a course in engineering, which they call societal engineering. Rather than just having engineering as a course, it's about how to solve the problems of the society. And I love that term, because engineers generally, when it comes to employability, there are only 8% of them which are employable. So when we talk about aesthetics and arts, definitely they would understand the social, cultural dynamics of the place where they're going to work, where the industry going to set up. And that's where it will be, the skills would come handy to them. Then comes collaboration and teamwork. And of course, problem solving, logical reasoning, vocational exposure, and financial skills. So we all are talking about the entrepreneurship skills, and we are very, very happy to propagate this also amongst the students and the youth also. But if you will observe carefully, so only 1% of the startups who are actually having the success in this. And when you talk about the bubble of edtech, which is there with the lot of ventures happening, but are we actually training them to sustain themselves? And the vocational exposure, of course, because we should, as we know that every kind of a vocation is respected in any other country than the Asian countries like India. So that we have to see that how we can break those barriers and we can bridge those with the skills and with the mindset of the parents, which would be very, very important to see in the coming future. Then comes the digital literacy, coding, and computational thinking. Yes, this is data sciences, data analyst, data research is going to be the part of every profession, vocation, industry, because whatever can be managed with the help of the technology, we must pass it on to the technology, and we should do the part of thinking and managing things. Then comes the ethical and moral reasoning, which is again, there's a very fine line between how we are going to translate the ethical and moral reasoning to these students or the youth who is coming. And that's where the rational objectiveness should be there when teachers are teaching them or the professors are teaching them in this. So the skills, rather than giving a kind of a dictum to them, we should teach them how to analyze the information and make the sense of it for themselves. And that's what the academia and industry can do well. When they face the situation, rather than the theoretical thing, we can actually present them with the practical knowledge that, okay, this is where, because every situation, every practical problem when we face in any of these circumstances has different parameters, different values attached to it. So one solution at particular circumstances or at particular situation cannot be translated to the different to other problem in the another cultural and diverse background. So knowledge and practice of human and constitutional value is another thing which we must know. We all know about our rights, but do we know about our responsibilities? That are we doing ethical business? Are we knowing that what is climate change? What exactly is happening? So just talking and having a campaign about it is not going to suffice. What we need to do is put it into the curriculum with the activities, with the project-based learning, with the storytelling. And there could be plethora of activities that can be done around with the curriculum. Then gender sensitivity. How many of the females or the other genders are there in the industry? That's where the question comes. So the Tata, they hired recently the transgenders completely exclusively. And that's where we should think about the skills. That is what progressiveness would be there. And of course, citizenship skills and values. Very important to have that belongingness to your country. Until and unless you know that, okay, this is what my country is and that's where I belong to. And you can't talk about the values by talking about the other countries, and because they have a very different culture or they have a very different approach to the social norms and constitution. Now, the purpose of quality higher education, once we do put in place the education system in schools, so what will the higher education, what are the changes which we should be applied to? So the purpose of quality higher education is more than the creation of greater opportunities for individual employment. I feel it represents the key to more vibrant, socially engaged, cooperative communities. And of course, the ultimate goal of each one of us here who is here or in this is a happier, cohesive, cultured, productive, innovative, progressive, and prosperous nation. We take pride in our nation because of the cultural diversity, because of the democracy which we follow. And this all can be achieved easily from the micro level to the macro level. That is how the approach would be. I call it a bottom-down approach. And what we propose here is two-way street. It cannot be a one-way street that you just move on to. It should be a two-way street. One is internationalization of education, and other is internationalization of education, where internationalization will ensure local hubs of education from early years to the industry, irrespective of tier 2, tier 3 cities or the metro cities. Metro cities do have the opportunities for students to be exposed to different kind of, the superior quality of education or industry. But what about the interiors of India? What about the places where we do not have? So why not to have the local hubs of education from early years to the industry, which are well connected and involved in policy making and implementation? And of course, internationalization will ensure the global branding of Indian youth. we talk about brain drain. So why not to talk about the reverse brain drain, which can happen if we provide enough opportunities to the Indian youth here. Then the research and innovation investment in India is at the current time, I'm talking about the present situation, only 0.69% of GDP. It's 0.69% of GDP, as compared to 2.8% in USA, which we always follow, 4.3 in Israel, and 4.2 in South Korea. So how about setting up a national research center? And this, I feel the industries can do it in a better manner when you talk about the funding, when you talk about the CSR. Why not to think about a national research center that caters to the local talent right from early years to higher education and beyond? And you would have seen there are so many prodigies which we talk about, which are highlighted on the news, that they can do this and they could do this. They have made a Limca Book of Records, or they have broken the World Book of Records. But what after that? Where have they gone after that? So maintaining the sustainability of these prodigies or the talent is very, very important for each one of us to follow and to nurture. And this requires just a local budget and planning that will lead to a robust and equipped nation, I feel. I'll not go into the much details of it because the action plan can be developed by the academy and industry together. Now, the next point is leveraging the technology. How to leverage the technology to create opportunities for students and youth from diverse background and culture, which will not only add to the national skills wealth, but it will ensure that equity and equality are achieved in their true sense. So when we are giving the opportunity, so why will anyone complain about that I come from this category or I come from this caste or religion or whichever? So if we are giving them the equity rather than equality first, so equity and then equality should happen in education, and by infusing industry-based skills into education, we ensure students gain the practical know-how to match theories and graduate with a holistic view of the specialization and stand out among their peers when entering the workplace. Now, what could be the benefits of it? So I could just jot down few benefits which I see, but there could be a multiple layer of benefits which can happen. Number one is students can get ample opportunities to enhance their employability skills for on-the-job training during their period of studies beside their regular internships. So this could be actually translated not in the undergrad colleges, but to the schools also. And that's what NEB proposed, that we should start it somewhere in the middle school also. Now, faculty members are not only the professors in the university, but the school faculty also should be encouraged to take up live research projects and offer consultancy services in their expertise area. One thing which I truly believe is in that once you give a chance to anybody who is in your circle, in your connect, if you give them a chance to blossom, to flourish with their skills, with their aptitude, what talent they have, what best they could do, they will always love to stick to that particular connect. And that's where we can utilize. So why not to give an opportunity to the teachers, to the faculty members, to the administrators to flourish with whatever capacities they have. Then industry executives could use their spare time to take sessions for students via guest lectures and seminars. And this is what we are doing right now, if I am correct, that with the technology, the education and industry has come closer, definitely, for sure. But what after, are we going to translate it into action when the schools are reopening and will this continue? That is the question. And of course, a lot of collaborating activities that could benefit the community at large could be done by industry and academic institutions solving their local issues. I remember in somewhere like a decade back, some of the newspaper like Times of India and Hindustan Times, they started industry visits for the students where they could actually see, they could visit the Parle G factory and see how the biscuits are made. And that's where you create curiosity in the students that whether they want to, and you could see the whole factory and what people are doing in which category they are doing. And when I say category is the professional category I'm talking about, that you want to be a technician, that you want to be tasting, you want to make use mathematics in making what is the best solution for making this yet. And there were a lot of questions which could come from the students to talk about. And same thing goes in the industry also when they are given internships. Rather than making internships as just a place to go and do the data filling and thing, I think the more exposure to the different departments will help them in becoming more employable. That's what would be very important to see. Then technology from community radio. When we say that we don't have the internet facilities, so we have to see that how we can reach out to far and wide of our own country first, and then maybe the other countries also. So community radio to augmented reality will help us in reaching out to millions who wish to learn, upskill and get employed. So it would not be, I would say in the coming future, education would not be just about getting jobs. It would be more about making an impact around you, within your circle, within your social community, within your local capacity, and what best you can do. And that's where we should all come together, collaborate. So for me, thus industry partnerships are instrumental in advancing research and creating a skilled workforce. Industry, of course, gains word-ready talent with specialist knowledge and practical trainings, and universities will benefit by having opportunities to work on relevant technology and challenging problems. And that is what I have seen since we work in the domain of higher education. So I've seen the universities from almost like 180 countries. Okay, they are trying to reach out to the different countries through the virtual seminars and talking about what best they are at. So why not to have a barter system of education or barter system of the skills, which is possible through these collaborations with the universities also. And before I wind this up, I think I have spoken enough. So the easiest way to remember what I feel the skill-based approach is, we can have a skills as S stands for service to self, community, and nation. K for me stands for knowledge to be imparted and converted into application, to be translated into action, rather than just keeping it as a knowledge and bringing it to the level of skills and attitudes. And I stands for integrity, to learn, work, and build a better world. The L is for literacy, be it language, numeracy, or empathy. And the last L of skills is linkages to make this universe a connected oneness of hope. With this, I culminate with my whatever time I had. I hope I've been able to give some information, some kind of insight towards what we do and what can be done in the coming years with each one of you here. And I invite you to join us as mentors on our forum, whether it's through Association of Indian Principals or Skills Reform. So thank you once again for the award, for the felicitation to Mr. Farooqi and Dr. Fareen. Thank you very much for having me today.
Definitely, Ms. Chetna Shivalwal. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I request the team to share a thank you memento on behalf of Asia GCC organization.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm wishing you all the very best for whatever you do. And I hope we'll stay connected. So thank you so much.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we move on to our much awaited award ceremony. And our first award category for the event is Iconic Principal Award. And the award goes to Dr. Reshma Ganesh, Founder Principal and Campus Director, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir, Bangalore. Congratulations, ma'am. Can we have few words from you, ma'am?
Thank you so much. I'm really honored, privileged to be receiving this award. And I must thank Asia GCC Conference and Awards for recognizing our contributions, especially during these testing times, and acknowledging our contributions, the kind of work that all the leaders and educators have been doing towards improving and seeing that even in online method, we are able to reach out to the students in an effective manner. So thank you for recognizing. It means a lot to us especially to me. It definitely motivates and inspires me to do much more in this education sector. So I truly thank Dr. Farheen Khan ma'am also, as well as Professor Syed sir, for recognizing and for doing this whole online webinar for us to interact and giving us this opportunity. Thank you once again. I'm truly grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Many congratulations for the award.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Our next awardee is Dr. Abha Doshi, Principal, MET Institute of Pharmacy. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you very much for choosing me for this prestigious award. And I'm really thankful to Asia GCC, Mr. Said, and everyone associated with and pharma associated with this. I was working without the expectation, but I try to do my best for the student fraternity and also for the society. And the recognition by pharma is really appreciable, and I am indebted to you and everyone for this award. Thank you very much. I'll keep on doing good work, and thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Many congratulations for the award.
Thank you.
Our next awardee is Dr. Lata Menon, Principal, Mahatma Education Society, Pillai HOC College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. Mohan Kale, Principal, Konkan Gyanpith Rahul Dharkar College of Pharmacy and Research Institute, Karjat. Congratulations, sir.
Thank Asia GCC Conference and Awards, Farheen Khan and Farooqi sir, as well as Mrs. Chetna, Fahid Khan, Atif Khan, for considering me for this award. In the Mumbai region, actually during COVID pandemic, when we were sitting idle at home, worshipping for each and every one, and being in pharma profession, I connected with all people related to pharma, right from industries to academics, local retail pharmacists, manufacturing pharmacists, and all pharmacists, and organized more than 200 webinars, that too at no cost, free of cost for all, and more than 20 to 30,000 students attended. That was really nice. And to be frank, I myself had no experience of Skype or something like that. Everything we learned and our students learned this digitalization, and now we are and our college is leader in organizing any type of digital program. That's the great achievement. Thank you, sir. Once again to each and everyone for recognizing me for this award.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Many congratulations for the award.
Our next awardee is Dr. Sally Enos, Principal, MES Pillai College of Education and Research, Panvel. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you so much for selecting me for this award. I, Dr. Sally Enos of Mahatma Education Society, Pillai College of Education and Research, New Panvel, is extremely thankful to God Almighty for the wonderful opportunity He has given me through Asia GCC and Pharma for this particular prestigious award. I also would like to say a big thank you to our management, Dr. K. Vasudevan Pillai and Dr. Daphne Pillai, who has always been a motivating factor for us. For me, this particular award signifies definitely an achievement of a milestone, and it also helps me to appreciate all the people around me who have been thick and thin through all ups and downs. We have been together as one, and in cohesion we've been able to move forward, and that's the reason why one person gets the award. I personally feel excellence is an outcome of 3 I's: it requires internalization of values, growth mindset has to be there. There has to be interdependence among the co-workers so that as teams we achieve together. And hence I contribute this particular award to all my colleagues, my friends, all those who are associated with me in making this happen. Also, a very important aspect is interpersonal relationship that we build as we grow in maturity and experiences. That helps us to achieve a little more always and every day. So thank you so much, Asia GCC. Special thanks to the organizers, members of the jury, and all those who are behind this particular event and to make and has worked together to make this event be successful. Thank you so much. Thank you for considering me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next awardee is Ms. Megha Gokhe, Principal, Thakur Sham Narayan College of Education and Research. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, all the team members, Asia GCC, and all the team members of Pharma. Thank you for recognizing my name for this particular prestigious award. This pandemic actually is really very crucial period for everyone, not only in the education sector, not only in the corporate banking, but to everyone. But God made us do all the good for the students, and we did it with the proper coordination, communication, and the proper get-togetherness. And this particular pandemic is very badly affected a lot of peoples, but in even in the education sector. But we are not stopped at any of the point, and we go on. Maybe it is offline, online, whatever circumstances, whatever things come ahead, we took it as a challenge, and we get through it, and the result is 100%. So this is how the overall pandemic went. But now this Omicron, we never know what will come next. But still, with the God's grace, wishing everybody safe and have the healthy life. Thank you, Asia GCC, and all the team members, even Chetna ma'am, Fahad sir, and all those who, all the juries behind this particular selection. Thank you for the recognition. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. Sandeep Hasuram Bharat, Principal and Professor, Gharda Institute of Technology. Congratulations, sir. Our next awardee is Dr. Vijay Kumar Pawar, Principal, AC Pathi College of Engineering, Navi Mumbai. Congratulations, Doctor. Our next awardee is Ms. Meenakshi Mehta, Principal, Dayananda School for Girls. Congratulations, ma'am.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody present. A very warm good evening to all the hosts and the co-hosts. I take this award on behalf of my entire team, and I'm extremely grateful for having been considered for this prestigious award. Gratitude to Pharma and the entire team of Asia GCC. Like one of my colleague earlier and one of my peer earlier said, that getting an award, it's one person who gets an award, but it's the entire team which is behind this one person who becomes worthy or deserving of an award. I would like to extend a huge thank you to my teachers and my colleagues and my co-workers and my management for having supported me in all my endeavors. And like someone else very rightly pointed out, that all our efforts are steered towards doing the good for our children. This award is a testimonial of the good work that we've been doing with children. And I think it makes my resolve even stronger to continue to do the good work. Thank you very much for considering me for this award. I'm grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next awardee is Mr. Mohammad Asim Ali, Principal, G.D. Birla Memorial School, Ranikhet.
Dr. Farheen, Chairperson, Asia GCC, the jury members, Mr. Harun M. Rakhangi, Mr. Azhar Faruqi, Ms. Sarah Hayat, and the other special guests. I am indeed much thankful to the organization Asia GCC who have bestowed on me the prestigious title of the iconic principal. I feel much honored to receive this title from such a body that is well known for its contributions in the world of education. The field of education is such that the educator live more for the sake of younger generation than for themselves. In this regard, if I am considered to be contributing something notable to the society's growth, I take it my duty to do so and also feel privileged to have been given this responsibility. No man is an island. A person achieves something recognizable also with others' help and support. Considering this fact, I'm indebted to thank our management, my colleagues, friends, and my family members for this rare honor. Once again, my wholehearted thanks to Asia GCC team for this recognition. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next awardee is Mr. Shankar Gowda Hosamani, Principal, Sharan Bhaveshwar Vidya Vardhak, Shangas Appa Public School, Kalaburgi. Congratulations, sir. Our next awardee is Professor Rakesh Kumar Dwivedi, Principal, Faculty of Engineering, Tirthankar Mahavir University, Muradabad. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm really thankful. The team of Asia GCC Pharma who have recognized our efforts. In fact, on the behalf of Tirthankar Mahavir University, I am most deeply indebted to the team of Asia GCC who have given this recognition for our work. The institution is doing pretty well. In fact, we have also been recognized by Government of India, Ministry of Education, by receiving a 4-star ranking in IIC. And today, this award from Pharma Asia GCC is giving me a different kind of excitement and pleasure. And for this, my sincere thanks to the team. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next awardee is Ms. Mongamuri Sasikala, Professor and Principal, Sharan Baswa University. Congratulations, ma'am.
I'm very happy to all the former team who have given me the iconic principal award, who have considered me to be eligible for it. Actually, this award, I don't think that it is actually mine. My teachers who taught me at my college level or school level, they have given me the knowledge or discipline, everything. And after that, I have been working in various colleges, and currently I am working in Sharan Baswa University. Our president and chancellor, he is such a religious person. So he has given us many inputs, and he keeps the institutions also with complete infrastructure. So that will help us to proceed in our way, the way we need. Whatever we want, immediately he will give without any hesitation. So I would like to thank him because he is also behind this. And now, at last, once again, I would like to thank the former team and Asia GCC team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. Shobha Ashok Menon, Principal, Cosmopolitan's Walia College of Commerce and Arts. Congratulations, ma'am.
A big thank you to Pharma Global Management Services and the entire team of Asia GCC Awards. The work you are doing by felicitating people in the field of education is really commendable, because the development, the growth of any nation is based on education and educators. They play a very major role. They remain in the background, but they are actually the nation builders. And it is really commendable that you are recognizing the efforts of educationists. Thank you so much once again for considering me for this award. And it is a teamwork. It is the work of the entire team of Walia College that has resulted in this day. Thank you so much once again, Team GCC. Thank you. I'm very much honored.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. A. Mary Delphine, Principal, St. Justin's College of Education, Madurai. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I'm extremely happy to receive this award today. And a sense of gratitude, I appreciate the efforts of the coordinating team of GCC Asia Awards. It's a great moment to feel the sense of recognition of our hard work and efforts for the upliftment of the poor people and the rural students. As Ms. Chetna mentioned, equity and equality among our students. And that's our mission. We work tirelessly for that. This award will take me a long way. Actually, we worked without expecting any reward or award from anyone, only as a service in developing our country. At the end of this year, when most of the year was dominated by darkness and lockdown, at least at the end of the year, it's a good news. And before Christmas, in the introduction, it was said that despite all obstacles we achieved, and in the midst of pandemic situations, in such a situation comes this award. You recognize us as diamonds. My sincere appreciation to the organizers. You are also diamonds, so that you are able to shine among us principals. Because most of the time, principals are the ones not only go with achievements, and their achievements never recognized. They always go with obstacles and blames. But at this time, I'm really happy to have a good news and good message from GCC Asia Awards. I wish you all the best. You have achieved the finest purpose of life, which is to encourage and motivate others in their profession. Really, I'm honored by your gesture. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. Ritu Bhattacharya, Principal, Sasmira's Institute of Commerce and Science. Congratulations, ma'am. Can we have a few words from you, ma'am?
First and foremost, I would like to thank the organizers, Asia GCC and Pharma Global Management Services, for having recognized our services to the society and having honored us with the iconic Principal Award. I would like to thank my management, that is the Sasmira Group, a very iconic group in Mumbai. We are a very small part of Sasmira, the latest addition to Sasmira. In fact, we're just 6 years old, but with the help of my management, we've been able to do a lot of things which have resulted in this first and foremost nomination. Thank you to the jury for selecting us and giving this award. You may have heard I'm constantly saying us, because I don't believe that I would be capable of this award without my team and without my management. So big thanks to my team of teachers, my co-workers, my management. I again would like to thank the Pharma team as well as the GCC team for the honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. Ashish Suresh Jain, Principal, Shri Didi Vispute College of Pharmacy and Research Center, New Panvel. Congratulations, sir. Our next award category for the event is Dynamic Principal Award. And the award goes to Dr. Sudipto Bhattacharya, Principal, Global Institute of Management and Technology, West Bengal, India. Congratulations, sir. Our next award category is Iconic Education Leadership Award. And the award goes to Archana V. Padul, Chairperson, MBA, Sharan Baswa University, Kalaburgi. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. Lakshmi Patil Maka, Dean, Sharan Baswa University. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. Sai Lakshmi Gandhi, Professor and Head of Department, Department of Nursing, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, and Institute of National Importance. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee is Dr. S.G. Dolegodar, Principal, Sharan Basaveshwar College of Science, Kalaburgi, Karnataka.
I thank the organizers for considering my nomination. It's a matter of great pleasure for me that an organization like this has been able to recognize people like us who are spread across the country and who are silently working for the development of this great nation. And it's only when such recognition comes without any expectation that one feels gratified. So from an unexpected corner, when I received a mail stating that this from a Global Management Services Asia GCC Awards give me a call, I was a moment flabbergasted. Then after a while, I learned that this is an organization which has been recognizing the extraordinary contributions made by teachers, doctors, and managers across the country and suitably awarding them. Of course, I don't think that I have rendered a great service. I, with all humility, accept your award and express my profound sense of gratitude. And may your activities of this kind recognizing the teachers, the doctors, the managers who are making silent contribution to the economy of this country may be recognized future also, and may such services be rendered by you. I express again my deep sense of gratitude to your organization and to the trustees of the management and for all those who are involved, and Mr. Samir too. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next award category is Iconic Professor Award. And the award goes to Dr. Vijay Kumar Kurnelikar, Assistant Professor, College of Agriculture, UAS Campus, Raichur. Congratulations, sir. Can we have few words from you, sir?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is indeed a great privilege for me to have an association with you people, particularly Asia and GCC. And Pharma has been recognizing me, and it has given me more responsibility to work on that having recognized. And more importantly, I'm concerned with youth development activities. Let me give some information that I'm founder member of All India Student Association and continuously working for the farmers and students of the agriculture across the country, and continue to do so many activities regarding development regarding the personality, the placement, and other career advancement, other things. In pandemic also, we could able to do some agri warriors kind of rooms. We have started war rooms, agro-industry war rooms. It was a great time for us to do certain contribution to back to our society. Thank you for your wonderful opportunities and recognizing me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. In my line, I have always learned to end the event with a positive thought. No matter how hard involved tomorrow is a fresh opportunity to make it better. At the end, every step must affect forever. Maybe I had to inspire some more stars next year. With this now, we come to an end of this award ceremony and today's webinar. May I request Dr. Fareen Khan to do closing remarks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you all to the esteemed participants. It has been an honor to have you all present in our event. Your participation ensures the success of the event. Once again, I thank you everyone for all your kind support. I also like to thank Professor Syed for being a wonderful host for the evening. I also like to thank to our esteemed and honored speaker, Ms. Chetna Sabharwal, for sharing her kind support with us. And I'd like to thank to our gold partner, Dinergic Business Solution, and presenting partner, Pharma Global Management Services CEO and co-founder, Mr. Azharuddin Farooqi, for all the support and the opportunity to work with him. Last but not the least, to all the participants and the award winner. Wishing you all a many congratulations. Hope to invite you soon again. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.